Hey, what's going on, positive people? What's up, HCR fam? And welcome to a special edition of the Be Positive Music Show. I am your host, B+, and of course, we're live right here on SiriusXM channel 140, and of course, Holy Culture Radio. I did say this is a special edition, so I want to take this time to thank you guys for stopping by. You have a lot of different options to check out the latest and greatest in Christian hip hop, but here you are checking out the show. So for that, I am greatly appreciative. So a little bit of a backstory of how this show came to be. About a week ago, I sent out a tweet just simply asking the CHH fans of their favorite songs, of their favorite Christian hip hop songs, that is, around the topic of mental health. And you guys really showed up, and the particular tweet had a bunch of bookmarks. It had a lot of likes. It had a whole lot of comments and a whole lot of quotes as well. So what I decided to do for this particular show is to highlight you, the fans, and the songs that I most heard, and some of the songs that just kind of jumped out to me from the ones that were suggested. So the entire show, the first, second, third, and fourth quarter will all be songs handpicked by you, the fans. So I don't want to talk too much. I want to make sure that I have time to get just as many songs in here as possible, because mental health is it's a real issue. It's a real issue. My pastor is actually in a series right now called "Do You Mind?" and it's just talking about I guess just in our Christian faith, a lot of times we kind of measure ourselves, or we can measure other people based on what we're doing. We say things like, do you give? Do you serve? Do you pray? Do you fast? Do you read? Do you go to church? Do you study? But not often do we stop and ask, do you mind? How is your mind doing? So that's what that sermon series is about. But I feel like it has a lot to do with mental health. And I just want to take some time today and really dive into what Christian hip hop has to say about this important topic. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and hop into our first song of the day. It was a song or an artist that has been that was in that thread a whole lot. A lot of people were shouting out NF. So we're going to go ahead and kick off today's show with a song entitled Hope. It's by NF. I am B+. This is the Be Positive Music Show, and you guys buckle up. We got a dope one today.
You are now tuned in to the number one station for Christian hip hop and R&B, Holy Culture Radio on SiriusXM.
All right, welcome back, HCR fam. What's up, positive people? It's B+. This is the Be Positive Music Show, of course, right here on Holy Culture Radio. And it is time for our second quarter set. But let's talk about the first three songs that I played on today's show. So once again, I want to take some time and shout out each and every fan. Well, maybe not each and every fan, but a lot of the fans that suggested to check out some of this music. They didn't know that it was going to get played on radio or that I was going to be shouting them out, but I do want to show some love to the Christian hip hop fans out there. So the very first song that I played was Hope.
Years of my life holding on to things I never should have kept, full of hatred. Years of my life carrying a lot of baggage that I should have walked away from.
That was by NF. A few of the fans that shouted out NF as an artist to check out as it relates to mental health is Amy Solomon. Shout out to her. Also, I Am Forever Strong. And last but not least, Joshua Morgan, who actually suggested that Hope be a song that just speaks to just the heart of mental health. So shout out to them. And now let's move on to our second song, and that is Sinner.
Look at yourself. Don't you want some healthy mental health? God wants to use you. It's astounding if you quit right now.
By Hilgi. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. And also shout out to Justin Sirachik. He's been asking me to check him out. And also another artist by the name of Tyler Hates Life. But let's talk about Hilgi and a few of the artists, or a few of the fans that suggested him be played. That was Alan Thomas, and also it's Manolo. And then the third and final song that I played was Note to Self.
You just check for the flaws, you be receiving the boos, but you reject the applause. It's like the negative is easier for you to receive, and the positive is much harder for you to believe.
That was by Bizzle featuring Jewel Jones. And just a very dope song. And the two CHH fans that shouted out that song to be played was Big Dog Mike and also Nick Graham. So shout out to them. And all three of those songs really talked about the topic. They all talked about mental health, but they all kind of hinted at this thing about having negative self-talk and just being able to combat that. And a great way to combat that is with the Word of God. So I just want to encourage you guys, if you do have, or if you are suffering from just thinking, just constantly just building the worst case scenario, or just making those people, or in your mind you're starting to think that the people that love you, your friends, your family, are out to get you and things like that, or that it's only happening to you. I encourage you to get into some community, get around some people that can speak life into you, get into your word that will also speak life into you as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our second quarter set, where we're going to get into some more music that are just really getting at maybe some keys and some ways to get yourself out of a mental rut. So the first song that I have coming up is a banger. It's like a smooth banger. It goes by the name of It's Okay. It's by Derek Minor featuring Greg James. So you guys keep it locked right here. This is the Be Positive Music Show right here on Holy Culture Radio, and we will be right back.
It's halftime with B+. Time for that pep talk.
Welcome back to the show. Hope you guys are enjoying this special edition of the Be Positive Music Show, where we are taking our time and tackling the issue of mental health from the Christian hip hop perspective. We are 30 minutes into today's show, and before we get into the second half of today's show, I do want to stop and talk about the songs that I played during the second quarter. So, and again, I do want to shout out each and every fan that suggested some of this music just as it relates to the issue of mental health. They didn't know that it was going to get played on radio or that they were going to get shout outs, but here we are, and this has just been a very, very fun way to do the show. So the first song that I played of the second quarter set was It's Okay.
Please be patient with me. I'll be fine.
Not to be okay. It's okay not to be okay.
And that was by Derek Minor featuring Greg James and a few others, a few of the artists or a few of the fans that mentioned this as a dope song was Skizzle. I think I'm pronouncing his name right, Skizzle, and also My Name is Sly. So shout out to both of them for just mentioning this song. I think Skizzle is the one that recommended this song, and I think Sly is the one that just suggested the entire Nobody's Perfect album that Derek Minor dropped last year. The second song that I played was Hollywood. And that was by What Up RG featuring King's Kaleidoscope and also Hovey. A few of the fans that mentioned, one fan that mentioned this song in particular, that was Brady Mano. I think I pronounced his name right, Brady Mano. He suggested this song Hollywood be played. And then also King Steel OH he just shouted out the whole Raul album by What Up RG that came out, now over maybe 5 years ago now. So, and he also talked about this song in particular. It's called 4 a.m. When I first heard 4 a.m., I'm not ashamed to say that I shed a tear. Very heart-wrenching song about a real-life testimony that What Up RG went through. So thank you, What Up RG, for your vulnerability and sharing that song with us. The third song from the second quarter that I played, that was Suicide Nets.
But merciful King, yes, he cares. Grace, that means you do not even prepare. Even the demons are scared. They shiver whenever they speak to the air. Even the demons are scared. They shiver whenever they speak to.
And that was by No Big Deal off of his album Canopy. So that again is a song going back a few years. And shout out to Terrence Jr. He's the one that shouted out that song. And I forgot about that one. That's one of those songs that I forgot about. It's been out for a while, but definitely hits that topic of mental health from a lot of different angles. And then the fourth and final song that I played was entitled Lately.
My head, I just lost my mans lately. I've been alone, stuck at home, going through my phone lately. I've been feeling like a wreck, missing all my eggs. I've been thanking God for the strength, not to send it.
That was by Paris Chariz. And I just want to shout out Nat the Goat. She is somebody who's a great follow on Twitter, just talking about life in general, but she was really heavy on the CHH scene a few years back, so it was fun to hear and see her pop in with this song Lately. And another one that just kind of I forgot about it. But I actually, when she wrote that on there, I immediately went over to YouTube to watch the music video for that song, because it's a very, very powerful music video, just reminding you to check on your friends, and particularly check on your strong friends. Check on your friends who seem like they always have it all together, because trust me, they don't. Trust me, they do not have it all together. A lot of times those are the friends, those are the people who are spending so much time pouring into others, and a lot of times those people don't have people pouring into them. So make sure you check on your spiritual friends. Make sure you check on your strong friends as well. Just check on your friends. Check on your friends, people. So that's what I have for our halftime pep talk. Just shouting out some more of the fans. Let's keep this thing moving. Let's keep it pushing, and let's hop into our third quarter set. We're going to kick things off with my personal favorite rapper. He goes by the name of Swoop. The song is featuring Scooty Wop. The name of the song is Life of Your Dreams. So you guys sit back, buckle up. This is the Be Positive Music Show, and we will be right back.
We'll be back with more. Keep it locked right here to Holy Culture Radio on SiriusXM and holycultureradio.com.
Welcome back. It's B+. This is the Be Positive Music Show, and I hope you guys are still enjoying this special edition of the Be Positive Music Show, where we are tackling the issue of mental health from the Christian hip-hop perspective. And I have a lot of people to shout out during this set, just because between Swoop and Andy Mineo, those two artists probably got the most shout outs as it relates to the tweet that I put out about a week ago. So let's go ahead and really quickly hop through the songs that I played from the last quarter. So the very first song that I played again was Life of Your Dreams.
What do you do when the life of your dreams seems to only have life in your dreams? Geez, how I act like all of these things passing me by and decreasing. My mental stamina took open handle the amateur hand on the green.
That was by Swoop and Scooty Wop. Gonna attempt to really quickly read through all the people who shouted out Swoop. So first up we have Miss Sales, we have Hope Diller J, we also have Jazz. We also have F the Bomber. Shout out to Will. We also have Set Free Radio. They are a great follow as well. They're always showing mad love, and a few others. Some people from the motherland. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce their name because I'm gonna mess it up. And then also Pod. I can't pronounce his name. Sorry, but Pod. Shout out to you as well. So that was the first song that I played. The second song that I played of the set was Honest to God.
I'm looking into therapy. Forget scaring other rappers, man, I'm scared of me. Cause mental health issues in my family tree. My grandmother died of Alzheimer's. Last time I see her, yo, she ain't even remember me.
That was by Andy Mineo. And here we go again, shouting out those people. We have Julian. We have Jay Croddick. We also have Put Down Giants Productions. We also have Loami Richardson. Shout out to Risha Chesterfield. She shouted out the entire Andy Mineo project entitled The Arrow. I know that song is not from The Arrow, but I gotta show Risha some love. And then also shouting out CJ Too High and also Caden Downs. So thank you guys so much for interacting with the tweet. Sorry if I butchered your names, but I gotta show you guys some love because I appreciate you guys interacting with me over there on Twitter. And then the third and final song that I played was The Whole Man.
My therapist would call him Lil Taylor. Defenses started to rise when I felt he was in danger. The little boy who never felt seen. No one took the time to find out how to meet his needs.
Very encouraging song to myself, and that was suggested by the homie Shane Kidd. Salute and shout out to my guy Shane. So with all that being said, I think we are ready to hop into our fourth quarter set. But really quickly, before I do that, quick story time about the song that I'm getting ready to play. The song that I'm getting ready to play is called Just Breathe. It's by Israel Perez. He's a great follow on Twitter as well. Going back 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago to the month, was when I kicked off the opportunity of having this show on Holy Culture Radio. And I was driving around. I was on a work trip. I was out in California, and I was riding a bicycle around Santa Ana. And this song came on shuffle, and it was very encouraging because I had a little bit of anxiety. I never had a radio show before. I never had a podcast like this before. I barely had a YouTube channel at the time. And to have the opportunity to make a big jump and to have a radio show, it's a little bit of angst around that. And this song came on and it just really calmed me down because I was literally about a week or two away from launching my very first show. And the song really calmed me down, and I actually played that song on the very first episode of the Be Positive Music Show. So I want to run that song for you guys right now. The name of the song, once again, is Just Breathe. It's by Israel Perez. This is the Be Positive Music Show, and we will be right back.
Tell me it'll be alright, even if it's not. Come and look me in the eye, even if I'ma die and I crash on side. Oh my, don't lie to me at all.
All right, it's your host here, B Plus, and this has been a special edition of the Be Positive Music Show where we tackled the issue of mental health from the Christian hip hop perspective. Of course, we have been live right here on SiriusXM, channel 140 and Holy Culture Radio. As always, I truly do appreciate you guys stopping by and choosing to kick it with me on these wonderful Saturday afternoons or early evenings, depending on where you're listening to this from. So let's go ahead and put a pin in today's show, and until next week. But before I do that, let's talk really quickly about the last song that I played. In intro, one more song we're going to play as we head out. So the song that I played, once again, was Just Breathe. That was by Israel Perez. And before we get into the song that I want to play on the back end, and that is Remedy by John Keith, I do want to encourage you guys to make sure that you follow me over on Twitter, IG. Follow me everywhere, because you never know what's going to happen on the show. I just may end up talking about different topics that I discussed over on Twitter and also on IG. I may end up talking about it right here on the show. So it's fun. I like to interact with the community. I feel like it's just a different way to experience Christian hip hop. You're just not in a silo. You're hearing different perspectives. You're hearing new artists just like me. This is the first time I've ever played Hilgi on the show. It's the first time, ironically, that I've ever played NF on my show. It's also was just fun just to kind of go back and think about some of these albums like Canopy from No Big Deal, and also that song Lately in the music video from Paris Carriz, and that all comes from the Christian hip hop community. So make sure you go over there and you follow me over there. Also make sure you go over to YouTube and type in the necessary things like Be Positive Music Show or B Plus Music Channel. If you type either of those things in, you will find my channel over there, so we can just kind of continue the conversation over there. So that's what I have for today's show. And again, I want to say that we are going to listen to a song on the way out called Remedy. It puts a great button on today's show, or maybe not a button, an exclamation mark on today's show. So for all my SiriusXM listeners, for all my Holy Culture listeners, I am B Plus. I truly do appreciate you guys stopping by and kicking it here with me. And until next time, peace in, confusion out, and be positive.
Empty my pockets, hold on my soul. Don't let me break down, don't let me fall. I'm still too young, the world is too cold. This ain't fun anymore, I've been nervous. I ain't got the same drive, I've been sweating.